Alright guys, welcome to a brand new installment on this channel. What's in the twilight sky? Yes, it is June, which means for us here in the UK and similar latitudes, we now enter a 2-month period of no nighttime. So after sunset, we have 3 stages of twilight. We have civil twilight, which is where the brightest stars and planets start making themselves visible. We then go into nautical twilight, where a lot more stars start coming out. Then we have astronomical twilight, which is when fainter things like the Milky Way and the zodiacal light become visible. Then we go into nighttime, which is as dark as it gets. Now the twilight stages are governed with the position of the sun below the horizon. So as the sun hits the horizon, we have the sunset time. Then when the sun is between 0 and 6 degrees below, we have civil twilight. As it moves between 6 and 12 degrees below, we have nautical twilight. And then between 12 degrees and 18 degrees, we have astronomical twilight. Anything lower than 18 degrees below the horizon, that is night. That is when we are completely within the shadow of Earth, and that is as dark as it gets. Unfortunately for us here in the UK and similar latitudes, the sun doesn't go lower than 18 degrees below the horizon, so we're stuck in this perpetual astronomical twilight. Now I just want to address something quickly that I've been seeing a lot in internet forums and groups, and there's people saying that the Milky Way core is not visible during these months. That's not true. We're in the peak of Milky Way season right now. I think the reason a lot of these people seem to think it's not visible is because they're using photopills, and photopills doesn't show the core as being visible during astronomical twilight. But you can definitely still shoot the Milky Way core. It's in the south now pretty much all of the night. It's not going to be as detailed or as colourful as it is in pure night, but you can still definitely capture it. It's now starting to come up into a bit more of a vertical position in the south, and the best time to photograph it will be astronomical twilight, which for us here in the UK is roughly 11:30 PM to 3 AM, but that will vary depending on your latitude. And given the moon rise and moon set times this month, the Milky Way window is roughly from the 4th to the 22nd. Well, I'm going to put some blinds in front of that window because obviously the view of the Milky Way is not as good as it will be in May or August when we have that nighttime darkness. So we have new moon on the 13th and then full moon on the 28th. There's a good conjunction again this month with the crescent moon and Venus. This is an image I took in Tenerife last month, and there's a similar opportunity again this month on the 16th. So Venus continues to dominate the western skies just after sunset. We also have Jupiter, which was in opposition last month, so it's still shining pretty bright at about -2.4, and it's out most of the night. It starts in the south and sort of makes its way to the west. And there's a conjunction with the moon and Jupiter on the 23rd, and this is a good opportunity to photograph not just our moon, but some of Jupiter's moons as well. This photograph was taken by Alistair Hamill last month. You can see the moon, Jupiter, and 4 of its moons. So if you have a nice long telephoto lens or even a moon bazooka, this is your opportunity to get 5 moons in a single shot. But you'll probably have to take at least 2 exposures, one focused on the moon and another focused on Jupiter, in case you can't get that depth of field. Saturn, very much like last month, is very close to the Milky Way core in the night sky, and it will reach opposition on the 27th. So that will be the brightest that Saturn will shine this year at a magnitude of about 0. And we also have Mars in a very similar position to last month. It will rise at about midnight for these kind of latitudes, and then towards the very end of the month, Mars begins its retrograde motion. Now on the 21st, we have the longest day of the year, the summer solstice. And whilst these bright nights might be taking a lot of opportunities away from us, they do present new opportunities, and in particular the Noctilucent Clouds. Now these are clouds which are very high up in the atmosphere. They reside over the polar regions, so above the North Pole, and they are the highest known clouds at 85 kilometers roughly above the surface of the Earth. They're normally too faint to see with the naked eye, but during June and July, because we the observers are in darkness, the sun lights up the underneath of these clouds, causing them to glow in the night sky, And Noctilucent roughly translates from Latin as night shining or night glowing. And they really do glow in the night sky, you can't mistake them. So after sunset, as it starts getting dark, just take a look northwest and north, basically above where the sun should be. Hopefully you'll be able to see some Noctilucent clouds. They're best seen when the moon is not out in the sky, and you see all these interesting tendrils and patterns kind of forming in the sky and just glowing there on the horizon. And they can be very interesting to shoot. And a similar story to last month with the International Space Station, because the sun doesn't dip below the horizon very quickly, there should be a lot of good opportunities to photograph some International Space Station flyovers this month. So make sure to download that app that I mentioned last month, ISS Detector. It's free and it's really good, and it helps you visualize where and when the space station is going to appear and how the trajectory is going to look in the night sky, and then you can plan your foreground in advance, and hopefully you can bag maybe your first shot of the space station. On to the hashtag Wittens. Last month I asked you guys to tag your pictures of the Milky Way. Obviously a very popular subject. We got loads and loads and loads of awesome submissions again. But in a world of over-processed and crazy Milky Way edits, I was looking for edits with a delicate touch, kind of retaining the good natural colours in the Milky Way. Absolutely love this shot from Dylan Knight. It's a real fine touch to the editing here. The image is crispy, clean, it's very sharp. Love the colours in the Milky Way. And then the foreground is this very sort of desaturated, dark, natural look to a nighttime scene. I really like the balance in the tones of this image. And another image that I really love with some good Milky Way editing was this one by Marina. Got some beautiful colours, a very intimate portrait of the galactic core of the Milky Way, and you've got some nice pink colours popping through from the Lagoon Nebula there, and of course this really awesome silhouette of a tree in the foreground, kind of tying the image to Earth, just linking the two things together. I really love this one. As well as some fine natural processing, I was looking for stuff that was a little bit different. Now I featured Jacob last month, but I'm gonna have to feature him again this month because I love this image where he has his camera on a tracker as the subject to the image, and then you've got this out of focus Milky Way as the backdrop. Really cool. I've been doing a lot of similar stuff on my recent trip to the Canary Islands, and I'll get those vlogs out as soon as I'm finished with the turkey vlogs. I'm hoping to get a lot more of those out soon. The first turkey vlog is actually out on my YouTube now, so make sure to give that a watch if you haven't already. Talking of star trackers, another absolutely amazing Milky Way self-portrait using the Samyang 135mm lens. This is an incredible lens, very sharp at the wide open apertures. And I was actually playing with this lens with Adrian Mauduit on my recent trip to La Palma, and we did some very similar shots. So in a future vlog, you'll be able to find out exactly how to take a shot like this. So hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss out on that. And then last month I also received a request from somebody in my DMs asking me to check the hashtag Wittens on 500px. So I did. And I found this really cool 180-degree fisheye image of the Milky Way taken by Alan Dyer. And I just love this portrait of the Milky Way. You see the core in its full glory, the zenith, and there's even a bit of zodiacal light in there. So it's nice to see something a bit different, really cool. And now you've got me shopping for a fisheye lens, so thank you for making me spend money. But it's just testament to how this hashtag is inspiring me. I get a lot of people dropping me a message saying thank you so much for inspiring me, and you know, it's a mutual thing. You guys inspire the hell out of me too, so keep up the awesome submissions. Next month or this month, we're gonna do this month, I'm gonna give you guys a bit more of a chance to get the Noctilucent Clouds. So I think this month we're just gonna stick to twilight scenes. Anything involving twilight, which shouldn't be difficult because it's all we've got this month. But it could be a space station flying over, it could be an image with the twilight colours, like the orange glow you get after sunset, or the pink of the belt of Venus in the opposite direction to sunset or sunrise. And even if you live in a light polluted area, maybe even a cityscape with the twilight colours, or a crescent moon in the twilight sky. Yeah, surprise me. And that is it for this month, guys. As I mentioned before, the first vlog from Cappadocia in Turkey is now up on my YouTube. There's a few more to come from Cappadocia. I'm hoping to get those out soon. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're going out to enjoy the night sky anytime soon, I wish you good luck in clear skies.